Friends, we're living in a strange time. Inflation is through the roof. Our southern border looks like a season finale of The Walking Dead. And now even a galaxy far, far away isn't safe from the woke invasion. That's right, the latest installment of the Star Wars saga, The Acolyte, is finally here. And folks, let me tell you, it's about as exciting as a Biden press conference. Remember when Star Wars used to be about epic lightsaber battles, thrilling space chases, and the timeless struggle of good versus evil? Well, those days are gone, like Han Solo running from Jabba the Hutt. Instead, we're treated to lectures on social justice, thinly veiled political allegories, and enough diversity quotas to make even the most liberal college administrator blush. It's enough to make you miss Jar Jar Binks. Now, I'm not against diversity, but when it feels like Hollywood is shoving an agenda down our throats, it kind of ruins the fun, doesn't it? It's like they're trying to turn our beloved sci-fi fantasy into some kind of intergalactic seminar on intersectionality. So, buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the first episode of The Acolyte and see just how far the series and Disney have strayed from the light side of the Force. The episode opens supposedly with a group of young Jedi hopefuls discussing these two new twins who are better than Luke and Leia. Gone are the days of Luke Skywalker yearning for adventure on Tatooine. These folks are more interested in discussing their feelings and microaggressions than learning how to wield a lightsaber. We're introduced to a diverse cast of characters, each one seemingly designed to check off a box on Disney's inclusivity checklist. There's non-binary Jedis with pronouns that would make Merriam-Webster jealous. The Force-sensitive duo, both women who delivers lectures on systemic oppression and how they made the Force. And the obligatory female protagonist who can outfight, outsmart, and outwoke all the male characters combined. Speaking of the female protagonist, let's talk about her training. Remember how Luke trained under Yoda? Grueling physical challenges, intense mental discipline, the occasional levitating X-Wing. Well, forget all that. Time for Rey by another name. In this new woke order, Jedi training looks more like a yoga retreat with a side of social justice lectures. Instead of showing us a strong female character earning her place in the galaxy, they're just making all the male characters look weak and incompetent by comparison. Section 3, a galaxy far, far away from common sense. As the episode progresses, we're introduced to the main antagonist, a shadowy figure who wants to, wait for it, destroy the Jedi Order. Shocking, I know, but here's the twist. This time, the bad guys have a point. They believe the Jedi have become too powerful, too out of touch with the common people. They talk about the Jedi's arrogance, their hypocrisy, their obsession with political correctness. It's almost as if the writers are making fun of the very fans who are criticizing the franchise's new direction. And you know what? I found myself agreeing with the villains. They're the ones who are actually making sense in this galaxy gone mad. It's gotten to the point where the bad guys are more relatable than the so-called heroes. It's like watching a remake of Star Wars: A New Hope, but this time Darth Vader is the good guy, and the Rebel Alliance is a bunch of woke college students protesting the Death Star's lack of gender-neutral bathrooms. Section 4, Identity Politics in Hyperspace. One of the most glaring issues with The Acolyte is its relentless focus on identity politics. Every character interaction, every plot point, every line of dialogue seems designed to hammer home a particular message about race, gender, or social justice. It's like the writers took a page out of the Twitter playbook and decided to turn the Star Wars galaxy into a never-ending social media debate. In the new Disney-fied Star Wars, the Force has been replaced with the force of identity politics, and it's threatening to destroy everything we once loved about the franchise. Section 5, the Phantom Menace of modern storytelling. The sad truth is, The Acolyte is just another symptom of a much larger problem in Hollywood, the relentless march of woke ideology and the erosion of classic storytelling. It seems like every movie, every TV show, every comic book these days has to be about something more than just entertainment. There always has to be a message, a moral, a lesson to be learned. And more often than not, that message is delivered with all the subtlety of a lightsaber through the chest. This obsession with preaching to the audience has infected everything from superhero movies to romantic comedies. It's like Hollywood has forgotten how to tell a good story without resorting to cliches and virtue signaling. And the worst part is they're not even being subtle about it. Speaking of fans, have you noticed how Hollywood has turned against its own audience? Remember when Kathleen Kennedy, the head honcho of Lucasfilm, said that fan service is the death of franchise filmmaking? Well, let me tell you something, Kathleen. Fan service is what made Star Wars a global phenomenon in the first place. It's the reason why millions of people around the world fell in love with Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie. It's the reason why we still get excited about lightsabers, X-Wings, and the Force. But now it seems like Hollywood sees fans as the enemy. They think we're too critical, too demanding, too attached to the past. They want us to shut up, consume their woke product, and be grateful for the privilege. I have to wonder, what is it about success that makes liberals want to destroy it? They did it with Dr. Seuss, they did it with Mr. Potato Head, and now they're doing it with Star Wars. It's like they can't stand the thought of something being popular and beloved unless it conforms to their narrow worldview. They talk about diversity and inclusion, but what they really mean is conformity and obedience. They want everyone to think the same way, act the same way, and consume the same woke entertainment. It's enough to make you want to join the dark side. But here's the thing, the Force will always be with us. No matter how much Hollywood tries to change it, to twist it, to bend it to their will, the core values of Star Wars will always endure. Because at its heart, Star Wars is a story about hope. So what can we do about it? How do we fight back against this tide of woke entertainment? It's simple. We need to support the creators who are still making good, old-fashioned entertainment. We need to vote with our wallets and our streaming subscriptions. We need to let Hollywood know that we're not going to stand for this kind of woke pandering anymore. And most importantly, we need to share our love of classic Star Wars with the next generation. We need to show them that there's a better way, a more entertaining way, a more inspiring way to tell stories. We need to keep the spirit of the original trilogy alive, the spirit of adventure, of excitement, of pure, unadulterated fun. In the end, The Acolyte is just another example of how Disney is slowly but surely destroying the Star Wars franchise. It's a pale imitation of what came before, a hollow shell of a once great saga. But don't despair, my fellow Star Wars fans. There's still hope. As long as we keep the memory of the original trilogy alive, as long as we keep demanding better from Hollywood, as long as we never give up on the power of a good story, the Force will be with us, always. And who knows, maybe one day the House of Mouse will realize the error of its ways. Until next time, hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.